But, Mark, let's get into our next topic. And if you're on YouTube, you're thinking, wait, but guys, this is the first time we're seeing you this week. How could we just be getting into the second topic? And that's because while we were recording the podcast, kind of some breaking news. The Browns have acquired Odell Beckham Jr. But before
you guys already know this. It's happened already.
Before I get into this, though, make sure to rate and review the Onside Kick on Apple Podcasts. It would really mean the world to us. And just like this trade for the Browns, they're really happy. That 5 stars would really make us better and get us into more ears. Please go ahead and do that on Apple Podcasts. Well, let's talk about this because we were, just to let you guys know who are on YouTube, audio listeners, you've already heard this. We said this in the last segment, but we were going to talk about the Browns. It was going to be our last segment. Are the Browns the new favorite in the North because of the AB trade? Plus, I mean, Sheldon Richardson from the Vikings.
They did quite a bit.
Olivier Vernon from the Giants. But now they add Odell Beckham Jr. And I am going to ask you first, before we talk about the real question of are the Browns the new favorite still?
Yeah.
What are your, because these are like immediate thoughts for us because it's just happening tonight.
Yeah.
What are your first thoughts of Odell Beckham now basically Cleveland Brown?
The first thing I'm going to say is something I already said in the podcast. If you're an audio listener, you already heard this. And it wasn't the first thing that came to my mind, but I'm going to say it first. Is Eli is done. His career's over. So
we're going to get the Giants out of the way first.
Yeah, the Giants,
okay.
I want to get that taken care of.
All right.
He's gone. And I know just via text that Sean Anderson does not like this trade. I like it for both teams. Both teams are winners in my standpoint.
I don't see why. Did he say why he didn't like it as I pull up
because
my phone
he just thinks that if they draft the right quarterback, they can turn the team around fast.
Oh, so he just doesn't want the Giants to be good. But he's being a hater for New York because he's a Patriot fan.
No, he's saying they should be good. They shouldn't have done this trade because they can still be good.
Oh, so he's saying take Haskins at 6, you could be good with OBJ.
Exactly,
Okay.
because OBJ is still young. He's still on a prime type of contract, whatever. But for me, they're not competing anytime soon. So this is the right thing to do. If you're not going to be there, just go ahead and trade it. I mean, I know we were like, what is John Gruden doing with the Raiders at first? But it makes sense. It makes sense. The guy's only 26 years old. He is worth a lot. Get that first-round pick and a third-round pick and a player and Jabril Peppers.
The Browns got him locked up until 2024.
Oh. They do. Oh. So the whole thing for the Giants, just to get them out of the way really fast, is they're in a rebuild. They made a good rebuild decision. All right, they're gone. Eli, it's been fun.
I just want to say with the Giants too, because most of this is going to be a Browns topic, is the other thing I like. You get the 17th overall pick. You get the 96th pick, which is a late third rounder.
Yeah.
You get Jabril Peppers. I like it on their side. Yeah. Like you got what almost the Steelers should have got for Antonio Brown.
And isn't that kind of the slap in the face, too, of, like, Antonio Brown?
Both are divas. Both are
first
divas.
and a third and a player for Odell.
Well, the thing is, Odell made up with the
kicking net?
The kicking net. So, see, that was the big thing. Like, he's a guy that can see his fault and kind of see, hey, I'm a guy that it was my fault. I'm going to apologize.
I don't buy it.
That's why the Browns wanted him.
I don't buy that he's a guy who can see his faults and apologize. But anyways, for the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to put this out there because it is Cleveland, and then we'll get a little bit more serious. I am now convinced that it's all going to fall apart on you.
You're being very skeptic with this?
Because here's the thing. You guys have made too many good and smart moves for me to believe that the gods of Cleveland will allow this to succeed.
Well, you know what's even like more like the most humorous part about this is around this time last year, March 10th, Dave and I were doing a segment for the Onside Kick prior to free agency because the Browns, that was when they had acquired Demarius Randall, they had acquired Jarvis Landry and Tyrod Taylor. So almost a year to the day that they acquired Jarvis Landry, they acquire OBJ. And now they got both those guys on the team, which could be good, could be bad.
Those are two big personalities.
Volatile personalities.
But I'm making a joke here, obviously, Cleveland fans who already typed up the angry comments and probably sent them. It's just that
March 9th,
too many smart moves for me to believe that this is going to go well for you. But in a joking way. But anyways, to be serious, yeah, they're doing everything they need. Right now, Cleveland sees this is a weak division. We don't believe in the quarterback in Baltimore. As soon as people exposed him as not being able to throw, it was a problem. Pittsburgh is on a decline. Cincinnati Bengals are just kind of dwelling down at the bottom for whatever reason.
Brand new coach.
We are here. We are ready to go.
A Sean McVay disciple, or a Sean McVay guy who might know Sean McVay a little bit, but isn't actually a disciple.
Maybe bumped into him one time.
Had lunch with him on the 4th of December.
Sean McVay is.
Has his number in his phone. That's the most important.
Don't even need it. Just need to have heard the name Sean McVay before.
You know who Sean McVay is? Yeah, you're hired.
Yeah. Sean McVay. If you just know McVay, you don't even need to know his first name. Have you heard McVay?
Or how old he is.
Yeah.
We're done with this joke. Go on.
Anyways, Cleveland here, they're doing everything they need to do. They get defensive pieces, quite a bit of them. I mean, that front seven, really front four, but also front seven for Cleveland is terrifying.
Stacked.
It is deadly. This offense has everything. I am still going to say I am worried about Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. I am actually worried about those two. I don't know that they can get along in a locker room with who? Baker Mayfield, another guy with a big personality.
You know what? I'm going to say Baker is a big personality, but I've been wrong about him. Like, through the draft, I was wrong about him when I questioned his character and stuff. For the Browns, he was the reason why they went 7-8-1. Like, he was the reason, and he is going to be growing into the leader of that team.
I do think Greg Williams deserves some credit, even though they got rid of him.
True.
Despite him also being a big reason for why that team fell apart in the beginning, because he was intentionally trying to destroy it.
Yeah, let's turn everyone against Hugh.
Which, to be fair, everyone should have been against Hugh to begin with.
Not hard to do.
But anyways, yeah, I just think that you've got these three type of personalities here that are the classic, if they win, it's going to be great. If they lose, it's going to be terrible.
I think they're a playoff team.
I do too. I think that this is the division winner if I had to pick somebody right now. But these free agency signings did just happen. We haven't gotten the draft yet, and this is a classic time to overreact. So that's why I'll put the on paper, this team should win their division. But just the thing that I remember with this is the Legion of Boom. When they won, life was great. They were cocky. We loved it. It was fun. As soon as they started losing, everybody's pointing fingers. People are getting mad. They want to get out as soon as possible. Cleveland is running that risk. But here's the thing. It fell apart in Seattle. It worked really well in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
the Rams were able to manage it because they won.
The thing I look at is you look at this team post Tyrod Taylor, I'll even say, where when Baker came in, the New York Jet game week 3 on.
Got a little attitude.
They were basically what you take one loss and one tie. They were 7-7-0. They were 7-7 with Baker Mayfield. I look at some of those games with Baker Mayfield and the additions that they made, Sheldon Richardson, Olivier Vernon, now OBJ. That Pittsburgh tie is a win. That Saint loss is a win. Should have probably been a win anyways if their kicker would have made some kicks in that game. But those are two games they can now win with more defensive help and an OBJ out there because the biggest
defenses have time to catch up to them now.
But this is the thing.
Baker.
This is the thing that is to me so important of getting OBJ. You're gonna double cover both Jarvis and OBJ?
Yeah.
You can only double cover one. Who do you double coverage? Who's being left in single coverage? Pick your poison.
I mean, offensively,
can the other one
it's going to
pay?
remind me of Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall.
Or the great... Nah, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, let's not go that far.
The greatest show on turf.
Yeah, I'm putting it to a realistic level of two 1,000-yard receivers
People
in
might
Chicago.
think I'm a Brown fan because I'm excited. Like, and if you're a Brown fan right now...
You kind of are a bit of a Brown fan, though.
Be excited.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You've been on the Browns for a while. You've been riding them for a while.
Haven't I been ragging on them a lot?
No,
though?
you've been riding them.
Really?
Like, you've been all about it.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, you've been about them. I mean, I always say that Cleveland, because I used to play them in Madden because they were terrible.
Why not?
That I do have a very soft spot for Cleveland. I want them to win because they were bad, and I played them in Madden because it was fun.
I did too at Big Game Barnage.
Yeah, you just bring them up to a championship.
He was my
level.
go-to guy.
My longest franchise I ever played was with the Cleveland Browns. But anyways, yeah, on paper, they're doing everything they need. The thing that we need to remember, though, is new coaching staff, of course. So we got to see how that works.
How is Freddie Kitchens going to do as a head coach?
Yeah, and there's a lot of things for him to manage. They cannot afford to have a guy who is not willing to be the boss in the room. He needs to be the authority figure.
Yeah.
Because these guys need that kind of a little bit more hard-nosed coach to keep them in line. They can't have a Hugh Jackson. They can't have that. Once again, I think that Greg Williams would have been able to probably handle this kind of well, but he didn't get his opportunity.
So, looking at, I love to do this so early in the year. These are the Browns' opponents road and away. So the road opponents, of course, the division. Bingo, bingo, bingo. You got 3 of them off the start. The other 3 road teams, at New England, at the Jets, at the Niners, at the Cardinals. 1 loss out of those. I see one. I don't see them losing to the Cardinals. 49ers, we'll see how Jimmy G comes back.
I was going to say, have you gotten off the bandwagon of the 49ers?
We'll see what happens when Jimmy G comes back.
You were crowning him as the Messiah.
But the Jets, that's an easy win. Like, their road schedule.
They made a lot of moves, too, though.
The Patriots are the team that'll probably beat them. And then their home schedule, besides the division, the Bills and the Dolphins wins. The tough ones come in the Rams and maybe the Seahawks, although you're playing the Seahawks at home, not in Seattle. And then the Tennessee Titans.
Does Baker get to play all of his opposing draft year quarterbacks?
I think so.
Because he's going to play, obviously, Lamar. He's going to play Josh Allen. He doesn't play Josh Rosen. That's what it is.
No, the Cardinals.
Oh, he does play them, too, because he plays Sam Darnold.
So Cardinals with Darnold,
with Rosen.
Cardinals with Rosen, Jets with Darnold. He's got the Bills with Allen. And
Lamar.
And Lamar, twice with Lamar. So the only team I missed was Denver on the road. That's the only road game I missed. But winnable schedule. Like, depending on where these match up, very winnable schedule for the Cleveland Browns this year, especially with the moves they made.
Well, they were a 7-8-1 team last year.
Yeah.
They should at least be able to be 9-7.
And now they've added 2, like, just with the 2 pieces on defense, I was ready to crown their asses tonight. I was ready to say they are going to be AFC North division champs based on the Steelers coming down. The Ravens, I think, will give them a fight, and I think it'll be between the Ravens and the Browns for the division. But now with OBJ, for me, the biggest question is, who do you double team, and how defensively do you attack OBJ and Jarvis Landry now? Like, they have 2 number 1 quality receivers as their top 2.
Got to have a good pass rush. Get to
Baker. But he can even use his feet to extend the play.
He can. The thing here I look at with the Cleveland Browns, and this part's not even really about them, is the rest of their division has all kind of taken a step back. I'm even going to include Baltimore on there, even though their step back is a little smaller. And it's not just because of Lamar Jackson.
They're losing
because
Terrell Suggs.
They're losing Terrell Suggs. They're losing quite a bit of defensive talent this year. That's going to hurt them. That's going to hurt them quite a bit. They're going to take that step back. And really, everyone just opening the doors for Cleveland and saying, this is your time. Your time to shine is here.
I am now extremely excited.
Yeah, 16-0 Cleveland Browns.
Let's not go that far. I'm excited to see what this season now holds for Cleveland. Like, and what I was going to say earlier, and you kind of cut me off and said that I was kind of a Browns fan. If I was a real Browns fan, and if you are a Browns fan watching this, be excited.
Yeah.
Like, your team, even last year, I was like, hey, be excited. You got Baker Mayfield. You got Tyrod Taylor. You made those moves. Now you're getting OBJ,
Be excited. You got Tyrod Taylor.
Well, hey, Tyrod at the time.
It's just fun to look back and hear that.
I mean, Tyrod Taylor was probably the grown-up on Hard Knocks last year. That's what he was.
I don't know
He
what's
was more
his name?
the head coach.
What's that third quarterback's name? He was a pretty big grown-up too.
It was like Rudock or something. No, not Rudock. Not Jake Rudock.
Brudock. I don't know. But he was quite the grown-up too. He bought snacks, and he bought good snacks. Not at first, but eventually he got the good snacks. Was it Broback, right? Broback, I think.
Brogan Roback.
Brogan
Roback.
Yeah, no,
and
there's
Devon
a good adult.
Kajust. Don't forget Kajust.
Kajust.
He got cut, though.
Yeah, he sure did.
He did get cut.
He was the annual sacrifice by HBO.
But here's the thing, the one question that I think we have to ask about OBJ that we railed on Antonio Brown for is, are you upset? Like, are you nervous about the off the fields that come with
100%.
OBJ? Because now, not just this, think about this. OBJ off the field. Jarvis Landry, hard head. Antonio Callaway, everything, all the baggage that he had coming in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Plus the off the field stuff that he had in preseason where Hugh Jackson was like, fuck it, every snap you're playing.
Yeah. Well, I already said I'm worried about this trio. My trio was different because it included Baker Mayfield. And it's just that I fully expect this to be if they win games, these three click. Because none of them are guys who have real issues off the field.
Yeah.
Baker grew up since college. No one had real issues off the field.
But
their
Baker
issues are all, if things start going badly, we will all infight.
If Baker tries to stand up to either of them, they won't take him seriously. Do you think so?
I do. Yeah. Maybe it depends on if they're winning or not.
Maybe Odell less than Jarvis, because Jarvis at least knows Baker at least a year. They've been on the same team.
To me, it still falls on if they win. If they win, they're going to be happy.
Let's say they're losing. It's the same thing, like an 8-8 year. If Baker tries to, I'm going to say, stand up to Odell and Jarvis, do they take him seriously as a leader being a second-year pro?
8-8, maybe. But I'm leaning towards no.
Okay.
If they, just like I said, if they lose games, I don't think these guys are happy with each other. Because these are all people who, it's not really Baker's going to be a point fingers guy, but the two wide receivers are going to point fingers. And Baker's going to be the guy who, he's not going to put up with it, but I don't know that they are going to, like you're saying, I don't know that they're going to respect him. So if he talks back.
Take him serious kind of
Yeah, if he talks back, they're going to be like, get out of here. Who are you? What have you proven? You know, not that the other two really have proven all that much when it comes to win statistics, just purely off of things like Super Bowls and stuff like that. But.
And I mean, I know you mentioned this before, but it's a big question. I'm going to throw it again. Freddie Kitchens. He's been in the NFL as a coach since 1999.
Yeah.
But he's never been a head coach. Does that even matter? Like, does that even matter?
That doesn't matter if he can come in, win the team, and they win games.
Because, I mean, he was here last year. It was their offense. Like, he was their assistant. I'm sorry. Their assistant head coach.
To the regional manager.
And running backs coach in 2018. Then he was promoted to OC when Hugh got fired. Now he's the head coach.
To me, it doesn't matter that he hasn't been a head coach. It all just matters if he can come in, win this team, and win games.
Jeez, could you imagine if they were on Hard Knocks this year? Can HBO just give them Hard Knocks again?
I don't know. There are specific rules about what makes a team not able to get Hard Knocks.
Do we know who's going to be Hard Knocks this year?
I doubt it. It's kind of early. Well, you can't, because a team that drafts a rookie quarterback, I think can get out of Hard Knocks. Or no, it's a new head coach. If you have a new head coach, you're automatically exempt from Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they don't have one down yet.
There's a few things that can for sure get you out of Hard Knocks. One of them is, I'm pretty sure, is having a new head coach.
Okay. Yeah, they don't even. I was looking at the wiki page to see if they even had who was going to be there. But any final thoughts?
You know it's going to be whoever probably drafts Kyler Murray.
It's the Bears. The Bears are
who draft Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
He's going to be our new wide receiver. It's going to be great.
The Cardinals would be an interesting team. If Kyler Murray's there, Cliff Kingsbury.
But then Cliff Kingsbury, they can't be on Hard Knocks.
Okay.
New head coach.
So the Cardinals can't.
Yeah, so they can't draft Kyler Murray. We need him to go whoever's going to be on Hard Knocks.
He's got to go to the Jets. Adam Gase, New York Jets.
New head coach.
Damn it.
Yep.
All these new head coaches.
They need to go to the Raiders. He needs to get drafted by the Raiders.
John Gruden was a new head coach last year.
That works. But no, we got to save them for next year when they're in Vegas. See, these are the hard questions that the executive producers got to think about.
Or do you just give it to them this year because of AB?
That would work
because
too.
of getting AB.
But I don't know, that new Vegas thing, because they did it with the Rams. You know who would work out well? Kansas City.
For this year.
Yeah, for this year, Kansas City Chiefs.
Jacksonville. Nick Foles coming to town.
That could be interesting.
Or are they not volatile enough?
Yeah, they're not very
Not
interesting.
exciting enough?
That's going to be like that year that they had the Buccaneers and everyone was like, all right. I think the Chiefs would be interesting.
You think so?
You get to listen to Kermit talk for a little bit.
I guess.
It'll be fun.
It'd be too much of a distraction, though, for the Chiefs.
It probably
they're
would
all about
be.
winning.
But,
they're all about winning games.
But it's not always the team's choice. Sometimes they get told they're doing it.
True, by the NFL. Any final thoughts on the Browns? With the OBJ, thoughts about next year?
There are things to realistically be nervous about, but on paper, throw the parade already. You know, things are looking great. Just throw the parade.
Making the playoffs parade or the Super Bowl
Sure,
parade?
whichever one is next. It probably is making the playoffs
Because
next.
they already had the 0-16 parade.
But no, I mean, honestly, in the AFC, if you are purely looking at paper, and there are question marks and there are concerns, if you're going to purely look at paper, this is probably the third favorite to win the Super Bowl in the AFC. If you're purely going to look at paper.
Especially with OBJ. Like, that was the one thing that crossed my mind is now after this trade, I am interested to see where Vegas puts their Super Bowl odds at.
The big question mark, of course, is probably going to be the young quarterback, but they've got a good enough defense to where it doesn't matter. Chicago was being looked at as like the third favorite to win or to get to the Super Bowl in the NFC once the playoffs happened, and Mitch Trubisky was a very young quarterback, still inexperienced, but it's that defense that takes you there. So, yeah, things are looking great for Cleveland. We'll see how the football gods decide to ruin Cleveland's parade.
Yeah, you know, I'm honestly excited after this. Like, I was excited coming into this segment because the Browns making big things. Although I'm not happy that Sheldon Richardson left my team. I'm more happy that Anthony Barr decided to stay on my team.
You guys weren't using Sheldon Richardson.
True. Anthony Barr is the bigger guy to keep. But yeah, no, the Browns, I'm excited to see how this season go for them. And I'm excited to see how the race between, in my mind, the Browns and the Ravens goes for the top of the NFC North, because to me, it's going to be one of them. I think Steelers taking a step back. Good old Cersei's been keeping the Iron Throne warm for a while. Now it's time for either Daenerys in Cleveland
Spoilers
or Jon
for
Snow
Game of Thrones.
But really, do you think Baker, would he be more of a Jon Snow or a Daenerys? I would say a Daenerys.
Yeah, he'd be. He's too fiery to be.
Lamar would be a Jon Snow.
I guess I can kind of.
If I have to go between the two,
if those are the only two choices I have, then
well, yeah, because I mean, Cersei is on the Iron Throne. That's Big Ben, and the Steelers, and then the Browns with Baker would be Daenerys, and the Ravens with Jon Snow would be.
And then Andy Dalton can be, Tyrion, I guess.
No, he can be the not Lovejoys, the Greyjoys. No, they're dead, aren't they? The Greyjoys.
No, there's a couple Greyjoys left.
I can't remember if the Greyjoys. I always mix them up if that's the one that Arya killed.
No, those are the Freys.
For like deep Game of Thrones references, by the way.
No, not even deep references. These are full on major
deep
plot
spoilers.
point specials.
I'm assuming people have watched it though.
I'm assuming that we probably have ruined someone's day by now.
But this is where you come in. Let us know what you think down below about OBJ, about Olivier Vernon, about Sheldon Richardson going to the Cleveland Browns, and are they the favorite in the AFC North now? Let us know what you guys are thinking down below in that comment section.